Thank you so much for your support. I don't know all of you who were involved, but thank you so much. I'm going to read a quick passage from this book, Voices of Ireland, and I'm also going to be on live later today on this platform, as well as the longer form platform, answering any questions about my translation and also addressing certain things that have come up on the forum relatively recently. There's a larger conversation happening behind the scenes that the forum isn't even aware of, and I'd like to open it up to the larger community. I will also say I'm pretty sure the mod that I previously mentioned who behaved psychologically abusively towards me was demoted and is no longer moderating the forum, which is pretty remarkable. This is reading from page 10. For hundreds of years, the Irish were kept enclosed in a spiritual concentration camp, imprisoned behind a magistral, somber, and imperialistic phalanx of British jackboots, whose spokesman told the world that behind them were millions of mad Irishmen who, if they were unloosed into the world, would inundate it with torrents of revolutionary prose, seditious song, and penetrating poetry, and that all that stood between an unsuspecting civilization and the rampaging literary hordes were the guns, the cannon, the pitiful artillery, and the mere might of the British Empire. They slaughtered as many of them as they could, but still they came. The pagan Irish, the Catholic Irish, the atheist Irish, the Anglo-Irish, even the suborned English Irish. They didn't have guns to turn into plowshares. They didn't have plowshares to turn into anything. Just words. Waves of words. Drowning out and overwhelming the hangman, the roar of artillery, and the rattle of musketry, and it wasn't at all bad for a world made fearful by British propaganda. It is axiomatic in the annals of colonial oppression that if the victim speaks against a regime, takes up arms for freedom, or takes up the pen in the cause, he or she is labeled a terrorist or simply a criminal. With hardly an exception, all the leaders of the Irish rebellions were writers, and many of them simply poets. An ineluctable crowd they were, who may not have entirely believed that the pen is mightier than the sword, but that it can inflict a larger array of wounds, not necessarily fatal. There is a larger conversation here, to say the very least. Please follow along, please continue supporting. I'm making no money off of this. Things are scary right now. Individualism has run its course. And lastly, just to say again, one of the fundamentals of translation is listening. You don't need your ears to listen.